Good morning, all. I'm just going to tweet that we're live a second, just so everyone knows. Hope we're doing good. I saw Paul in the chat then. Hope you're doing well, mate. I've had a terrible game week, I won't lie, but, you know, it's the ups and downs of FPL, isn't it? It's the ups and downs of FPL. Live now. There we go. I thought I'd include the disappointed face on the thumbnail today. I've stolen that from my second channel. But yeah, I hope you're well, mate. How's life in South Africa treating you? It's pretty good in the UK today. Very sunny. You're on your best run of the season. We'd love to hear that, mate. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. You want to see my team? You want to see my crock of absolute rubbish? Here we are. I've gone down. So I did my deadline stream yesterday. I was 25k overall. The week before that, I was 13k overall. And now I'm 40. 40k overall. You know, still happy with the rank. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, as you can see there, Sells 1 point, Guardiola 1 point, Aina 1 point, Semenyo 1 point, Clive 2 points, Evan Nilsson 2 points, Wood, my captain, blanking, and Semenyo with a 1-pointer. Just a disgustingly terrible game week, basically. What can you do? Like, I think you look at this team on paper, right, and you think that's a good team. That's a decent team. Double Forest defence. You know, Guardiola, I was optimistic about him. Clivert, Semenyo's probably been a bit crap, to be honest, but I had him in my team anyway, so I just left him in. Evan Nilsson, you thought he'd be a bit exciting. Chris Wood against Ipswich. You know, Forest scored 4 goals, and Chris Wood was not involved in any of them. Yeah, what can you do? Semenyo obviously blanked, so I've got Robinson, Gabriel, and Palmer to play today. So I'm guessing I need Palmer to score 5 goals. And yeah, I was on the wrong side of the players. You know, I went Evan Nilsson over. Well, I went Guardiola over Kirkes. I couldn't buy Milenkovic because I was already tripled up on Forest. I wasn't keen on Strand Larsen, but then I think I've learned the lesson that just whatever happens, target Southampton. So I probably should have gone for Strand Larsen instead. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Good to see you, Nixie, mate. Vegard, 40 plus 3 to go. Bruno cap. That is a great game week. And yeah, I don't have Bruno either, do I? So it's Palmer versus Bruno today, basically. But I imagine people have got both Palmer and Bruno. Oh, Zilulu Bear, I know, man. What can you do? Wood did not work out. Wood did not work out, did he? Wood did not work out. Let us know how many points you got in the chat. Feel free to, well, I'd appreciate it if you could leave a like rating on the stream, see if we can get it recommended to some more people, grow the channel a little bit. That's all I can ask. Feel free to ask any questions about your team, etc. I know we've got an international break coming up, but the whole intent of this is to forward plan and, yeah, see where we're at for Game Week 30, I suppose. 26 with Palmer and Gabriel. Shocker. Mate, 18 points for me. Reese is on 47. Love that, mate. Reese, are you the Reese that played Sky Fantasy Football back in the day? I'm pretty sure I recognise that name. If you are, mate, I hope life's treating you well. You were building yourself a nice little Man United page from memory. So yeah, I hope you're keeping well, mate, and all that's going well. It's a good game week for you as well. Best defender to buy. It's got to be Munoz, mate. Got to be Munoz. Jumping Muffin on 40 with 2 to go. Nice. I like it. 47 with Palmer and Gabriel. Oh, man. All these people with more points than me. 37. Love it. Good stuff, guys. Yeah, I've nearly tripled my rank in 2 game weeks, basically. Should you see how we've gone? Oh, right. Here we are then. To be fair, I've been in the top 100k since Game Week 19. So I can't, you know, top 100k, bare minimum is where I wanted to finish, really. Game Week 19 to Game Week 26, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consecutive green arrows. So having 3 reds, I'll take it, I guess. I was up to, in 26, 13k overall, and we sort of dropped back to 40. But, you know, it's the journey, innit? What was my team like back then when I was at my peak? That was strong. That was a good week, wasn't it? That was a good week. Adam, good to see you, my friend. Giovanni Di Benedetti. What a fantastic name. Yesterday went with a final -8, Dango to Alanga. Well, I tell you what, that worked out, didn't it? 42 with Wood captained. Yeah, bro. You got more points than I do. I got 18, bro. I think I've got the lowest. I've got less points than anyone in the chat so far. Has anyone got less points than 18? That is the big question. Bro, it's just the ups and downs of the game, isn't it? You know, you can't just consistently have good weeks. I'm very open about my team and happy to share how we all get on. Laura, good to see you. God, we got loads of people in the chat. Promised Land, yeah, exactly, man. We just answered that. Glenn DeMarco, 29. Nick with 38. Another annoying game week as per usual. Same annoying decisions going against me. Think about quitting. You're quitting. Don't quit, mate. If I remember rightly, though, you are quite gung-ho with your transfers. I think you need to be a little bit more patient with your moves. Although I do think, if I just look at my team for next week, I think I've got a good team for next week. I do have a bit of a benching headache, though. I'll probably bench either Semenyo or Mbumo, to be fair. But I think I've got a good team for next week. That's a good team, isn't it? Double Forest defence against Man United. I think there's a potential clean sheet there. I don't have Haaland, but I don't think I need him. I also would like to bring Munoz in, but I don't think I'll do it next week. I think if you're in a position to, do it. But I'm going to wildcard in 31. So for me, I think I'll do Evan Nilsson to Mateta, Aina to Munoz, and Sells to Henderson. And that'll kind of be my team. I'd be excited to get rid of Semenyo too. It might be a question of, do I sell Semenyo for Sarr? Is the triple up of Crystal Palace, should it be Henderson, Munoz and Mateta, or should it be Sarr, Mateta and Munoz? That's the question, I suppose. But I think that's quite a decent team. I'm not going to make a transfer next week. But that means I can wildcard in Game Week 31, set up my team largely for a bench boost, and then I'll also have 2 free transfers after the wildcard. So I haven't got the fixtures in front of me, to be fair, but I think that works quite well. Palmer on wildcard, that's the big decision. It's hard for me to look past the front 3 of Isak, Wood and Mateta. I've got to say, it's hard for me to look past that. But I guess Wood could maybe be Marmoush. And again, I could probably, maybe I could get Haaland in. All to be decided, basically. All to be decided. I don't want Cunha, mate. I want double game week players. I have a benching dilemma in defence. Bench Gabriel, Munoz, Guardiola or Howson. I'm thinking about benching Howson. Yeah, I probably would. Paul's on a 200k green arrow. We love that, mate. Mateta and Marmoush. I think so. What about... Yeah, we just answered that. Yeah, I get you. Robinson out for Munoz. Yeah, I could probably get rid of Robinson, to be fair. Then wildcard 31. Obviously, everything team dependent. Yeah. Interesting. Should we see if they got the ideal wildcard draft on here? Kepa. Not sure about Kepa. Interesting. No Haaland in this one. Let's go back to my live rank. Should we go through the games? Let's have a quick look through the games, shall we? I've got a quiz as well. Let's have a quick review of the games. So, Everton won, West Ham won. I'll admit, I had a pretty busy day yesterday because I'm going away with work tomorrow and Tuesday. So I've got like this corporate event, and because I work from home most of the time, and I don't really go to the office. When I do, I've got like one shirt and a pair of chinos that I wear. I don't actually have enough office clothes to last me. So I had to go out, do a bit of shopping for some shirts and stuff. So during that time, all the games were happening. And I made a video last night and prepped for this stream, so I haven't had time to really catch up on the games. But it certainly looked like this one was, well, a bit boring, really. Goal for O'Brien. Jake O'Brien's he's doing all right, I suppose, isn't he? But you can't, I was just going to say he could be an option, but then you look at the Everton fixtures and you're like, no, that's disgusting. So yeah, anyway, goal for him. Souček, Bowen assists. So anyone that had Bowen? Can you say you're sort of rewarded? I don't know. He's just steady, isn't he, Bowen? Steady Eddie. Disallowed pen. They'll tell me more about that. 4 saves for Areola. I think he's actually the top scoring keeper this week with 3 points. So that says a lot. And then max bonus for Souček, O'Brien and Idrissa Gueye. Oh, the game that caused me much pain. 4 goals for Nottingham Forest. No involvements at all for Chris Wood. No clean sheet for Forest. Ipswich still managed to score a couple of goals. Only 1 save for Sales, so he conceded more goals than saves he made. Max bonus for Elanga. Milenkovic just with a 1-pointer. 1 bonus, and obviously scored his goal. And I got an assist, so he absolutely killed it. 11 points for him. He is probably the best Forest defender, isn't he? Let's be honest. I've said that all along. But yeah, I've got Aina, and I just can't justify getting rid of Aina. But that obviously has not worked out too well for me. So yeah, it is what it is. That's a really frustrating game for me. The 2 Ipswich goals absolutely killed me with my defenders, and then Chris Wood is my captain. 4 goals, no returns for him. Man City 2, Brighton 2. To be honest, kind of almost predicted this score. Let's see how we got on with our score predictions. Ooh. So this is from yesterday. Forgive the rank. Well, there you go. I had Everton 1, West Ham 1. I did have Forest beating Ipswich 2-0. I'm amazed at Ipswich. They won by 2 goals. I had Man City beating Brighton 3-2. I guess that's quite close. Anyway, that's my score prediction. It's pretty close to what actually happened, I reckon. But yeah, goal for Haaland, goal for Marmoush, goal and assist for Marmoush. Max bonus for Marmoush. So he had, 14? 12 points. Gundogan with an assist as well. Goal for Estupinian. Jorginho and Hinshelwood with assists. Not a whole lot. Can I put what up again, mate? Oh, the score predictions. So yeah, wrong screen. So yeah, this is what I had. I had Everton 1, West Ham 1, Forest 2, Ipswich 0, Man City 3, Brighton 2, Wolves 3, Southampton 1, and then Bournemouth 2, Brentford 1. And I know they're wrong, but I don't think I was too far off on any of them this week. Don't think I was too far off on any of them. I like the snazzies. Thank you, man. So yeah, Wolves 2, Southampton 1. Hey, Virat, we'll get to those questions in a sec, mate. It's all a bit... I'm doing the reviews of the games in a second, mate. It's really hard to keep track of your questions. How many points? Who am I buying? I'm talking about the games in a sec. We'll get to that in a second. We got Wolves 2, Southampton 1. 2 goals for Strand Larsen. There was someone in my chat on the deadline stream telling me that I should buy bloody Strand Larsen. And I thought, oh, he's rubbish. I wouldn't buy him. And then he scores 2 goals. What can you do, eh? I mean... I guess this proves, because I still don't think Strand Larsen is that good of an asset, but I think what it does prove is that Southampton are just absolutely terrible, and you should do absolutely everything you can to target Southampton, basically. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Onuachu, Dibbling with an assist. I remember someone saying they were selling Dibbling for a hit on the deadline stream, and I said keep Dibbling, because you just don't know what will happen, and he got an assist. Yeah, max bonus and 2 goals for Strand Larsen. So he had, a 13-pointer? So yeah, pretty good game week for him. Did anyone see Brentford actually beating Bournemouth? Brentford are a weird team, man. They can lose games at home that you expect them to win, and then win games away that you expect them to lose. They're a strange old team. Goals for Norgard and Wissa. Assists for Kirkes and Bumo. The goal for Bournemouth is actually a Janelt own goal. 3 yellow cards for Bournemouth. Semenyo with another yellow. How many is he on now? He's on 9 yellows. 9 yellows for Semenyo, so 1 more he has a 2-game ban. 5 saves for Flecken. I don't think he, 3-pointer? Yeah. Max bonus for Norgard, Mbumo and Wissa. Mbumo with 1 bonus, Wissa with 2. So Wissa came away with a nice 8-pointer. So managers will be pleased. Although that goal was a 0.17 XG goal. Evan Nilsson, he's not even appearing, is he? Bear with. Bloody Evan Nilsson. .53 XGI, played 90. So he was apparently, according to the stats, more likely to score than Wissa was. There you go. Bear with a sec, I'm just going to blow my nose. Sorry about that, guys. The illness is still lingering with me, unfortunately, but we're fit enough to stream. What was I looking at? So yeah, that was the games. Here's me, Roberto, mate. I'm not having it. You're fuming that Milenkovic didn't get 2 bonus points, right? I've got 18 points. Milenkovic nearly outscored my entire team, so I'm not having it. Not having it. Be grateful for your points because I don't have any. I still haven't seen, by the way, I haven't seen anyone in the chat with lower points than me. I haven't seen anyone with less points so far. We've got 31 people in here, and no one has got lower points than I do. Just saying. Who else we got? Yeah, but then Brentford, they're just so hit and miss, man. They're so hit and miss. You look at Mbumo, he's hit and miss as well in terms of the numbers he's putting up. He's not lighting the world up in terms of underlying numbers in recent weeks. Anyway. Oh, wow. Alanga for Dango, last minute call. What a decision. I'm quite pleased that when I was asked on a few occasions who was my favourite Forest midfielder, people looking at bringing in Gibbs White or whatever, I was saying to bring in Alanga. So I feel vindicated in that I was recommending Alanga. By the way, if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like rating on the stream. That'll help grow the channel, grow the stream, and feel free to subscribe as well. I'd really appreciate that. You got 5 to play, you'll be fine, mate. It's a bit paradoxical for me because I have Palmer, who I think I want him to do well this week, but I also have Gabriel in defence, who they're playing each other. I guess the one player I want to really do well, I suppose, is Robinson. What's his ownership? 20. Well, I don't really know. I don't think I'm going to do anything this week based on who I've got left in their ownership. Who actually, let me know in the chat if you sold Palmer ahead of Gameweek 29. I want to see what my competition has been up to. Have many people actually sold him? Also, why don't Chelsea have a shirt sponsor still, by the way? Palmer is a doubt. You bloody better not be. That'd be a shame. Let's have a look. I've not seen anything about Palmer. Have to send us a link. Seen reports about a late call. Send us a link. Send us a link to a tweet or something. Yeah, Glenn, it did work out. There's still an absolutely huge debate on whether you should have Haaland in your team or not at the moment, I think. I'll just have a look at the fixtures because someone was asking me questions about the fixtures. The best place in the world, the single best place in the world to go for FPL fixtures, by the way, guys, is an X account. Ben Krellin. This is, thank you, Nixie. We'll have a look at that in a sec. This is the #1 place in the world to go for FPL fixtures, right? At Ben Krellin on X. We have a look. So I've got Fantasy Football Hub membership. We'll have a quick look at his calendar spreadsheet. We'll look at the double and blank game weeks because someone was asking me questions about that. Ben is indeed the fixture king, mate. Here we are. So obviously we're in game week 29 now, so you have to bear that in mind. Oh no. My laptop is frozen. That's annoying. Yeah, my laptop has completely frozen on me. Fantastic. Well, we're just going to have the fixtures on screen until I get it sorted, I suppose. I can't do anything about this. There we go. I think we're back. We're back. So yeah, so we got, obviously this game week's a blank. 30 and 31 normal. It's looking like game week 33 is a highly likely double game week. Game week 35 and 36 could also be double game weeks. But I would, well, 32 is confirmed. We've got Crystal Palace and Newcastle doubling in 32. In my mind, it's more likely that game week 33 will be a big double than any of the other weeks. And then any team that double in game week 34 or 33 will blank in game week 34. And then any teams that double in 35 or 36 will blank in 37. So for me, the best time to like play your wildcard, if you still got it, it's game week 31. If you've still got your bench boost, like I do, I think I'm going to play that in game week 33. Oh, and then free hit 34. And then I'll have a fair few transfers in hand to prepare for upcoming double and blank game weeks, basically. So I think that's how I'm going to play the game. And I think right now I'm, it's not a bad place to be, right? 18 points is no shock in this game week. But I'm still in the top 100k. I've got a good plan to get through future game weeks with my transfers. Pretty content. Pretty content. I'm going to close those tabs now. Let's have a look at that. So here's the tweet. Hand of Ozil. What do we reckon? Reputable? I've no idea. I've no idea. I'd love to finish in the top 10k. I think that's possible. It might not look it, considering my current game week in position, but I think with the chips that I've got left, I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place. I've maximised my triple captain, I think. Well, I've not maximised it, but I've done well with my triple captain. Because I used it on Haaland when he scored a hat-trick against Ipswich. My assistant manager has gone really well because I used it on David Moyes, Unai Emery and Glasner, which got me, I think, 54 points in total. So my chips that I've used so far have gone well. I'd be interested in how many managers ahead of me have used and how many chips they've used on average, if that makes sense. And also behind me, because I think in terms of chips, I'm in a strong position where the chips I have left are worth a fair bit in terms of rank, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm still pretty confident in my position. I'd love a top 10k finish. That'd be good. I'm playing bench boost in 32, free hit in 33. Not sure about the logic on that, Roberto, to be honest. I get it about rotation, but I don't know. Do you think, I don't know, think of the players that you'd own for game week 33. We just go back to the planning spreadsheet. I'm not convinced on that. I'm not convinced on that. I think some of the key players can't really be rotated, for example. So if you think of, let's just have a quick look. Go back to Krellin a sec. Look at the teams that could possibly double. Because I think you could pick players that are kind of nailed on. So I'll tell you how to kind of maximise. Well, I'll give you some advice, I guess. Or my thoughts. My thoughts is probably the best way to go. Because I'm not an expert. So game week 33, you got double game week for Crystal Palace. Do you think Mateta is going to be rotated? Probably not. Do you think Dean Henderson's going to be rotated? Probably not. Do you think who else? Munoz is going to be rotated with how good he's been? Probably not. We've also got a likely double for Man City. Do you think Haaland is going to be rotated? Probably not. I wouldn't be massive on picking. I know I've got Guardiola at the moment, but I wouldn't be massive on picking any other Man City player bar Guardiola. And I don't think Guardiola is really going to be rotated. Look at the other teams. You know, you could pick Bowen, for example. I don't think Bowen is going to be rotated. Forest have got a potential double. I don't think Chris Wood's going to get rotated. I don't think Milenkovic is going to get rotated. I don't think... who else? Who else could you go for? You know, there's lots of players from those who I think are pretty rotation-proof. Arsenal, you know, I don't personally think if Saka's back by then, I think he probably gets good minutes as well. Man United, yeah, I get the point on the free hit, but the wild card also allows you to pick any players you want, you know? You got Bruno, who's not going to get rotated, and Mbumo's probably not going to get rotated. It's just my thoughts. It's just my thoughts, mate. But I think you're... I think it's worth still bench boosting because I just don't think there's a better time. I just don't think there's a better time to do it. Anyway, that's just my opinion, mate. Not getting... Oh, sorry, I knocked my camera then. Not getting too hung up on it. Also, I still haven't seen anyone... I still haven't seen anyone with less points than me. I hope Bruno... I'm a Man United fan. I'm in a hard place for this game. To be honest, I don't really care how Man United do as long as they don't get relegated as a United fan. My mate's got 4 points. All right, that's good. My friend scored a whopping 9 points. I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah, Ruta could be an option. Could be an option for sure. What do you think about Glasner, 31, 33? Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. It's just, does that work with your other transfers? Yeah, I like Raul Jimenez, mate. I was between Evan Nilsson, Strand Larsen, and Raul Jimenez as to who to bring in. And I went for the striker from who I thought of the three was the best team. And the reason I didn't go for Jimenez is because, we'll just look at Robinson, because obviously they play for the same team. Yeah, he's got a great fixture this week. And then next week he's got Arsenal, which is obviously a bad fixture. And it's away as well. So I didn't pick him because I was making transfer decisions for 2 weeks. And it just didn't quite line up for me. Good morning, Top 10 Travel. Let's have a quick check how many likes we are on. 183 people watching at the moment. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you everyone for tuning in and joining me for your Saturday morning. Oh, Saturday morning? I'm getting all my words confused on this stream. It's Sunday, isn't it? Please leave a like rating on the stream. We're on 48 likes. We've got 183 people in here. If we get up to, let's say, 75 likes, then I'll do the quiz. How about that? We can hit 75 likes on the stream. I'll do the quiz. Is Marmoush a good pick over Haaland? He has a stronger route to points. How did you work that one out? How has Marmoush got a stronger route to points than Haaland does? How did you work that out? I think he's like, there's a question mark as to whether he's a better pick because he's half the price. But saying that he's got a stronger route to Haaland to points, I'm not sure I agree with that. I haven't, Aaron. I haven't had time, man. I haven't had time. Set pieces, greater attacking threat. Really? Well, Haaland's on penalties, mate. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that at all. Greater attacking threat as well. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that myself. I think minutes are so big as well. Personally, if I was Pep, I think he should start Marmoush every game, but I don't think he will. Genuinely think Marmoush is probably his best player right now, but he won't. I think he could He could get rested in some games. Are Man City in any competitions anymore? Are they still in the FA Cup, are they? But what I should say is he is their best player based on current form. I think Haaland is their best player outright. Marmoush has okay minutes. I think Guardiola is also pretty nailed on as well. Weren't you supposed to go? I was, mate. I went live a little bit early. We're still live, man. I mean, I'm live at the time that you wanted as well. What if City doubles? Savinho, Marmoush, yeah. What's the best triple up for City? That's the question. I don't even know if you want to be tripled up if they have a double game week, you know? I don't know. I hate Marmite. No one knows if you've made a mistake. No one knows. Would you go for Palmer? I wouldn't sell Cole Palmer. What's his fixture after this? Unless you're selling him to fund something else, he's got Tottenham. Do you sell Cole Palmer ahead of Tottenham? I don't think I would. I don't think I would. Selling Palmer to fund Haaland. Are you captaining Haaland next week? I don't think I'd make the move if I wasn't captaining Haaland next week. And I just think Salah is clear of Haaland in terms of captaincy next week as well. I'm being quite strong on my opinions today, aren't I? There's no bad blood in it. I'm just giving my opinions. Is Bowen a must-have? Or must is strong? Probably not. He just got an assist this week. It's not like he absolutely killed it. Bro, motivation daily. Come on, man. Be nice. I'm just getting laughed at now. I've hit a new low. I'm being laughed at. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. I'm not sure. Can you drop a Let's Talk FPL diss track? I'm not sure there's much of a market for a FPL subathon. There's only so much time, people, and only so much you can talk about when it comes to FPL. Maybe I do. I just wouldn't bother with either of them, mate. I'd wait until your wild card. I think your transfers post your wild card are going to be more important than bringing Haaland in versus Leicester, particularly as it's contentious as to whether he is the best captain, in my opinion. Who are the must-haves? I think it's probably Munoz for Game Week 30 onwards. I'd say Mateta too. Isak's got to be up there. About it, really. Maybe Bruno Fernandes, but I don't know. He's got Nottingham Forest after this. I would absolutely get Mateta instead of Haaland. Maybe a swimming stream where you stream. Why would anyone want to see? But I'm not going to be talking, mate. You know, you're not gonna have any interaction with me. I'm going to be hanging out my ass training because my training's really tough. No one's going to want to see that, man. I'm going to look terrible. I'm just going to be blowing, man. You don't want to see that. Oh, I know. Forest conceding goals. It's killed me, that Ipswich goal. Absolutely killed me. I can dive, mate. Yes, I can. We are 14 likes away from doing the quiz. So if anyone wants to hit the like rating, that'll be flex those muscles. That's weird. Yeah, if anyone wants to leave a like rating on the stream, we got 14 to go, and then I'll do the quiz. I've got a video of me diving if you wanted proof of that. Let's see. It's on my Instagram. If you want to give my Instagram a follow, by the way, it's down there at Golden Goal FF. So I'll show you a video of me diving. I think there's one on my Instagram. Also, one of my training partners. I don't know what I call her, a training partner. She filmed me underwater the other day, so I might have that going up soon. I'm quite excited to see what I look like underwater. There you go. You'll see me. Here's me diving if you're interested. There I am. Look, doing a dive. It's not a very good dive. I could do a bit better. I go a little bit too high, and my arm action is a little bit. So like fling backwards. So I need to. I've got to do a bit of work, but that's what I look like diving in. There you go. You get 53 in 100 backstroke. Well, that's pretty much on a world record, and I don't believe you. I think if you did a 53.100 backstroke, you'd be probably the second fastest man in Britain. So yes, I'd say that's impossible. If you were doing a 53-second 100 backstroke, you wouldn't be watching my live stream. You'd be training right now. Yeah, and I think, do we think that Nicholas Jackson back in the Chelsea team helps Palmer as well? I think he'll be back after the international break. I agree. I don't think Jackson will be eased back in at all. I think he'll have the international break to really hone in and focus on his match fitness, ready to start, and then he might get subbed at like 70, 75 minutes. But I think Jackson back is probably good for Palmer. Yeah, agree on Gabriel Salah. I challenge, especially when Saka's back. So I think Gabriel has really been missing Saka's corners. When Saka's back to plot those corners on Gabriel's noggin, we're back. 4 more likes for the quiz. Gabriel is not overrated, by the way. I disagree, D-Unit. It's almost, Paul, it's almost like Chelsea could really do with someone like Conor Gallagher. Because he is killing it at the moment for Atletico, at defensive midfielder, that sort of defensive midfield role. And he didn't even get called up for the England team, by the way, which I thought was a bit of a joke. Who is the best swimmer? I have no idea, mate. I'd back Milenkovic, actually. I reckon Milenkovic should be pretty good in the pool. He's quite a skinny guy, but he's absolutely like just massively tall. So yeah, I'd have Henderson over Conor Gallagher is a joke, yeah. Mohit, it says a lot. I think City is just because they've got so many good players that when they sell someone, because they're a good player, they do well. But Man United and Chelsea, I think it's more of the environment they create around the players. I would have Haaland in if you could. You think Palmer flops? I think we've seen enough from Palmer to suggest that he's not going to flop. Yeah, Marmoush is going to be prone to rotation in my mind. Top 10 travel. I haven't watched the Wolves game, but I would definitely say any performances against Southampton should be taken with a pinch of salt, to be completely honest with you. And for Malacia, like, he spent so long out injured, but I think he's probably got to relearn how to play football again with how long he spent off the pitch. Global warming got to Palmer, indeed. I think climate change might be a controversial topic on YouTube that will get me demonetized, so I'll have to be careful about that one, Paul. I would definitely have 3 Palace players in that team, motivation daily. Probably at either the expense of Elanga or Wood or Nick Pope. For me, I'd probably have Henderson in goal over Nick Pope. and Mateta up front. I think you need 3 Palace players. Absolutely. 209 people watching. We could do 100 likes. I'm not impressed by the England team, really, but that doesn't necessarily mean they'll not do very well. But I'm not full of excitement about the England team, that's for sure. I must admit, mate, not for a... There's no bad reason for it, but I just don't have the time to watch women's football, mate, to really pick a favourite team. But I guess I've got to say Bristol City and Man United, because those are the men's teams that I watch. But yeah, women's football, unfortunately, is just not something I personally have all that much time to watch, I'm afraid. You're probably trying to bait me there to get into trouble, I reckon, by asking that question. We've done 100 likes. Oh, we've done 75, sorry. Good afternoon, Jess. Well, it's 10:30 a.m. here, but I'm guessing it's afternoon for you guys in South Africa. We were just saying, has anyone got lower points than me? Have you got lower points than that? You got lower than 18 points? Anyway, who is the top scoring player this game week so far? Who is the top scoring player so far? Paul, you got to ask some more intelligent questions than that, man. Good morning, Geddy. Hope you're doing well, mate. You're part of the Royal Crumble, aren't you? The greatest team of FPL players ever assembled. Don't feel as bad about it. Oh, great. Well, I'm glad I could bring you some comfort on this this Sunday afternoon. That's what I'm here for. I hope you're doing well, by the way. The answer is Alanga. So well done, everyone that said Alanga. He's currently on 16. Well, he is on 16 points. Albeit FPL could muck with the bonus points. But right now, he is the top scoring player this game week so far. I learned my lesson last week because I did the quiz questions on Saturday night. I had a wild Saturday night last weekend. I was up doing my FPL quiz questions. And I learned my lesson because I said, who scored max bonus points in a certain game? And then they changed it overnight. So the question was actually wrong. Next question anyway. Who is this? I'm doing well, thanks, Jess. I'm also surviving a little bit. I've been ill again this week. What else has been going on? I'm just super busy. Lots going on in my life at the moment. But nothing that, nothing we can't get through. I think this one might be tough, to be fair. This one might be tough. What else? What else is going on? Oh yeah, I'm going to Florence next weekend as well, so I'm looking forward to that. I need to try and book some stuff actually. If anyone's got any recommendations for me for Florence, I'd be interested in that. I think, and I'm not saying that I don't like it, but I do need a break. I don't think there's been a day since maybe before Christmas where I haven't worked. So yeah, been pretty busy last 3 months. Pretty busy. I'm just looking at the answers. I'm going to let them keep coming in because no one's got it right yet. No one has got it right. How's the job treating you as well, by the way, Jess? How's all that going? Cheers, Geddy. I appreciate that. I'm hoping I don't know if anyone remembers. I went to Venice in like November last year, and I booked this hotel that looked really, really nice on the internet, and I got there and it was horrible. So I've spent a bit more money on my hotel this time round, so hopefully it's a bit better. So the answer to this one, I think someone got it. Nixie's saying it could be Norgard. He's correct. It was Christian Norgard. Work's been kicking your ass. You can tell me a bit more about it if you want. You got me on Twitter or whatever. If you wanna have an event. Who is the most captained player in Game Week 29? So this is an interesting one. Yeah, who was the most captained player this week? Anyone have any guesses? Anyone have any guesses as to who was the most popular captain this week? Am I allowed to talk about the F1 as well? Has anyone kept up with the F1? Hopefully, well, it's late enough now. People probably seen the result. If you don't want the F1 results board for you, then it's kind of your bad. The most captain player in Game Week 29, right, was Mo Salah. Factually, that is correct. And Nixie got it right because it was the extent of the dead teams, basically. So well done, Nixie. I promise you, it was a trick question, basically. But yeah, the most popular captain was Salah. There you go, most captained, Mo Salah. Oh, hang on, I've got a screen share. There you go. Most captained, Mo Salah. So Mala, indeed. Is that the question? That's who is this? This is the next question. There we go. Who is that? How am I still below average in this game when most people are doing this? No comment, Paul. That's for you to do a bit of self introspection. That's the word. Conor Gallagher. No, it's an actual live, like, current Premier League player. And most of these questions are relevant for Game Week 29 as well. So the player in question would have done something this week, kind of thing. Tom from Golden. It's not me. Yeah, quite similar, aren't we, to be fair? We're quite similar, me and this guy. But no, it's not me. One day I might chuck that in, actually. I might chuck me in and see if anyone can guess it. But the answer is Strand Larson. Got a brace when I told someone that he's rubbish on Deadline stream yesterday. It is what it is. Final question then. How many clean sheets have been kept so far this game week? Final question. Well done, Nixie, by the way. I think you've got pretty much every question right so far. Let's see if you can get this one. How many clean sheets have we had so far? Oh, I've got something exciting to show you all as well. I think I've said this on the stream already, but yesterday I've got this conference that I'm going to this week. And because I work from home, I don't really have any office gear that fits me anymore. Because, been in the gym. No, I'm joking. I don't have any stuff that fits me. So I went shopping. I got some pretty nice shirts. And I haven't been able to show anyone because my flatmate's not been home or anything. So I'm going to show it to you guys because I'm proud of my new shirts. Rename to clean. Oh yeah, how many clean? Oh yeah, oh well. Now we're getting fast in the pool, the man, the myth, the legend. Speed and power, mate. That's what we're training for. And the answer is 0. I think everyone said 0, to be fair. So well done for saying 0. Let us know how many you got out of 5, and I'm gonna do a shirt reveal. I mean, come on. I'm not gonna put the suit on because I'm in a jumper, but I do have a shirt. I do have a suit. because we're going to like this gala dinner in the evening, so I have to wear a suit for that. Anyway, I'll show you my shirts. Bear with, I'm just getting them out of the wardrobe. Bear with. By the way, if you're based in the UK, the absolute best suit shop to go to is called Charles Tyrwhitt. It's incredible. So here is option number 1. Don't know if you can see that in the lighting. Probably not. We've got a nice white and blue stripe number. I feel like I've got like this blue spotted tie, so I feel like the two would go quite well together. We might actually, when we do our end of season awards, I might crack this one on. And then my second shirt, I thought it was quite nice. They are quite similar, to be fair. But I've got this little blue check number. This little blue check number. I don't think this would go well with a tie, but yeah, I've got some nice blue chinos which this goes quite well with. So there we go. I'm gonna look professional. It's a sales conference as well. I don't really talk about my work too much, but I'm not much of a salesperson. But I've been invited to the annual business growth conference at my company. So yeah, I'm going to be in and amongst salespeople, giving out my card and stuff. Oh, and if anyone's interested, here's the suit I've got as well. A little bit of check going on. Good little number in it. I got it for my dad bought it for me for his wedding like 3 years ago, and it's the only suit I own. But I think it works well for any kind of occasion, doesn't it? And I think the tie's in a pocket somewhere here as well. Hopefully it is. Otherwise, I don't know where my tie is. It's not in the pocket. Crap. I think I might have to go and buy a tie. Yeah, we're gonna have to go tie shopping today, by the looks of it. I have to buy one. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. We'll go back to my team. That's it. The dress code is business casual, mate. So yeah. The chair that I use, I was very lucky actually. When everyone in the UK got told to work from home for COVID, my employer were very good to me. They gave everyone like 200 quid to buy a desk and a chair for their home setup, and I already had a desk, so I went online and I got a GT Omega gaming chair, which I think I'm probably a little bit too old for now to have a gaming chair, but it is really really comfy, so I keep it basically. I'd recommend it. I mean, it's got 200 quid's worth of use. I sit in it for like, well, ungodly amount of time every day, pretty much. But yeah. Wear the second shirt, dark jeans, and the checkered shirt. No tie, please. That's my plan, man. We need to see the shoes. Shoes, they need a polish, but there, I'll show you the shoes. All right, mate. By the way, I've just noticed like 40 people have clicked off since I started showing my clothes, so that says everything, doesn't it? Shoes need a little polish, to be fair. But they're quite special, these shoes. They were bought again for my dad's. They do need a little polish look on the toes, but we can sort that. They're made by probably my favourite, well, the only one I've ever been to, but a bootmaker in the UK called Loke. I don't know what you call shoes that have that kind of design, but that's the shoes. What do you call? Because they've got like those. Yeah, I don't know what you call them, but it's a special design anyway. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, that's the apparel. Oh, brogues, that's the word. There you go. That's my. That's what we're rocking this week. Clown shoes. Come on, Crew Ploppy, mate. They're from a bootmaker. They're custom from a bootmaker, bro. Can tell a lot about a man by his shoes. To be fair, those shoes get worn like once a month because I don't really go into the office all that much. I've got. Oh, I'll show you my usual number. Pair of nice. We're on shoe watch here. Off-white Reeboks. These just do the job everywhere. They go with everything. They're the most comfortable trainers I've ever owned. And I do try and keep them clean as well. So there you go. Cole, I'm... Alright, we're getting a bit weird now. We're getting a bit weird, guys. If anyone wants to turn the conversation back to FPL, then you're very welcome. No, D-Unit. I've never owned Air Forces. Yeah. Never owned them. Not really my thing. Not really my thing. And also these Reeboks are cheaper and more comfortable as well. My FPL ID. There you go. Transfers, I've got one, mate. So we look at Gameweek. I'll look ahead to Gameweek 30. I've got one free transfer. And I just don't think I need to do anything. It's just a question mark of who do I bench. I think this team's absolutely fine. Like, I know they've failed to keep one against Ipswich, but I think Forest could definitely keep a clean sheet against Man United. I mean, Man City, they probably concede against Leicester, don't they? Bloody useless. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It's just a case of, do I start Evan Nilsson? And I think I probably will start him over Semenyo. But I'm not like 100% on that. Can we discuss? We already have, mate. I think there's 4 Crystal Palace players, maybe 5 that I would pick. Dean Henderson, Mateta, Munoz, Sarr, and Eze. Those are the 5. That simple. I think the popular 3 will be, in the 3 I'll have, probably Dean Henderson, Munoz, and Mateta. But obviously Ismaila Sarr and who else is the other one? Eze are also pickable, but I probably wouldn't. Yeah, what trainers in the chat are everyone rocking at the moment? What's your favourite pair of trainers? I'm intrigued. I'm not really much of a as you can tell. I mean, I have some pretty basic shoes. What are people rocking at the moment? I'm going to sound really boring here with trainers, but I just buy Reebok Classics, and then when they get a little bit worn out, they become my gym shoes because they're nice and flat, so you can wear them for lifting weights quite easily. And then I just bin the old pair, and then we just go through a constant cycle of white Reebok Classics. Basically, they're just so comfortable. I don't feel a need to get any other pairs of shoes really. Adidas Specials. Interesting. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I was looking at a pair of those on ASOS actually. They're quite nice. I was looking at the white with the gum sole. I quite like them. What else we got? Air Max 1. Yeah, you can't go wrong with a pair of Vans, to be fair. New Balance 2002R. Let's have a look at them then. I'm Googling it. I do quite like the New Balance shoes, to be fair. Oh, you've got the dad trainer kind of thing. They're in at the moment, aren't they? The dad trainers. Jandals. Have I just said a derogatory word there? I hope not. Oh no, I haven't. Okay, yeah, good old Burks. To be fair, for summer this year, I do want to get myself a pair of those because they look I think they're quite cool. Real life demons on some Yeezys. Love it, mate. John's on the NUFC trainers. Love it. Yeah, Kevin, it's I don't know. So I think yes, we should triple up on them. But this might sound mad. But are there 3 absolutely outstanding Newcastle players that you'd want right now? Nike Rift, so I'll have a look at them quickly. Or Nike, it's Nike, isn't it? I shouldn't say Nike. Bloody hell, mate. Those are wild. You're telling me you're rocking a pair of these? Those are wild, man. What colour are we talking? Oh, wild pair of shoes. You got the blue and yellow ones. Fair enough, man. Yeah, the unit. I know he's had a patella tendon injury for basically the last 2 seasons, has Isak. By the way, and I mean this is no disrespect to Dan Burn, because I don't lay a glove on him from a footballing perspective, right? But how has he gotten into the England team? Is that really the best that we've got? Is Dan Burn? Like, I find he's a liability defensively for Newcastle in my mind, and he's just been called up to the England team. I think that's a bit outrageous. What do you respect, mate? And Jordan Henderson as well, I know. No Conor Gallagher and Jordan Henderson. I think that's a bit mad. 500k is a pretty decent rank for the first season, mate. You think of that as a percentage, that's top 5% of players worldwide? Pretty good. Yeah, Phil for Maguire not getting called up. Yeah, I personally think Harry Maguire is better than Dan Burn, my opinion. Newcastle fans will probably disagree, but I think... yeah, Henderson's in the England team, mate. He did get called up. I think he wants, obviously, a bit of experience to support him, but yeah. And yeah, we've got a lot of players out injured, haven't we? Let's be honest. Thoughts on no Watkins? Is what it is. I mean, forwards-wise, we've got plenty of options, so I'm not too concerned about that. Would you play Wissa against Newcastle? Yeah, I wouldn't make that luxury move. I think the transfer will be more valuable. And we're also just speaking about the fact that we're not all that convinced about Newcastle. So I don't think I'd do it. I don't think Gibbs White will be in the England squad, mate. I don't. My opinion. But I don't. I think there are probably 3 number 10s, 3 English number 10s that are ahead of Gibbs White at the moment. Cole Palmer, Phil Foden. Who else? James Maddison. I think all those 3 are ahead of Gibbs White in my mind. Personal opinion, though. Fave current England squad player. Jordan Pickford, probably, actually. I quite like Pickford. Oh, and Bellingham. What an idiot. How could I forget Bellingham? There you go. Yeah. I don't know what Trent needs to work on his defending, doesn't he? Got to put in the hard yards to this old Trent. Right. We've done an hour. I don't really have much more to talk about. I'll stay live for 5 minutes if anyone wants to ask me anything else. But other than that, I think I'm going to crack on with my day, if that's all right, guys. I'll have a video coming out tonight. I'll do a quick little transfer plans video. Although, to be honest, it'd be more of a... I'll most likely be rolling, looking at my team. But I'll do a transfer plans video tonight, and I think we're going to have a few days off because, well, I'm not sure what. If you've got any ideas for content I could make this coming week, then I'm happy to hear it. But I think, given it's the international break, there's been a very few games. Anyway, I'm not sure there's a whole lot to talk about. Oh, sorry, Paul asked me what laptop I was going to get, and I missed it. Yeah, I do need a good laptop, mate. I'm in 10 days' time, I'll get paid, and I get a nice little annual bonus from work. So I was going to use that to buy a laptop. So I'm interested in a suggestion. I think I'm going to get a Razer. I think I'm going to get some kind of Razer laptop, but I'd be open to suggestions for what I could get. I want a laptop because I quite like going to cafes, doing my graphics and stuff in cafes, and going abroad. I can work abroad and stuff. So I want a laptop, and I think nowadays you can get a pretty beastly laptop. But I'm open to suggestions. I don't play Champions League Fantasy. I will do next season, but I don't play it at the moment. What do people think on that? I see I don't know how to say that name, sorry. What do people reckon we could get to in terms of subscribers on the channel? What do we reckon? End of the year subscriber count. What do we reckon we could be on? I think it might sound a bit of a huge target, but I reckon 25,000 could be possible by the end of the year. I reckon we could hit 25k. That's my kind of quiet goal, but I'm not pushing it too much. I'm just going to try and keep making good content for you guys and enjoy the process. Current subscribers, we're on 12,925. So I reckon next week or so we'll hopefully get 13k if things go all well. So yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, consider subscribing. Good morning, Ben. My mate, I don't know if Ben has done very well this weekend. He won I don't know, you could call it a betting competition or whatever, but he's had a big win this weekend as my mate Ben. So everyone say congrats to Ben. Yeah, I reckon Harmony. I said 15k by the end of the season. Growth of a channel tends to peter off a little bit towards the end when there's less to talk about. So yeah, hoping maybe we could hit 15k. Cheers, John. I'm going to have a look at that. Dell XPS 13, eh? Ooh. Interesting. I'll have a look into that. You have to use your wildcard. I don't think I would. I'd maybe use it after the blank in 34. I don't care for touchscreen, mate. I think touchscreen laptops are a bit of a gimmick, aren't they? I don't need a touchscreen. I just want one that's relatively portable and powerful enough to do streams. FPL D unit, I appreciate that, mate. Are you a content creator in your own right, mate? Honestly, apologies. I don't have enough bandwidth to really watch other content creators. If you are, follow me on Twitter or send me a DM on Twitter or X. I've got a group chat going with some other FPL YouTubers. We just share video ideas, advice, and tips or whatever. So if you want to join that chat, mate, feel free. Just send us a message and I'll get you in. It's quite nice to build a little community of FPL content creators just to share ideas and stuff. That goes for anyone, who's looking to make FPL content. Just give me a shout and I'll try and get you in that group to help you out. Yeah, I was looking at a Lenovo Legion, actually. Yeah, just shoot us a DM on X, mate, and I'll get you in the chat. I hope everything's going well with the channel as well. What made you go into content creation? Well, after COVID, I was just a little bit lacking in terms of hobbies. What's my X handle? Bro, are you serious? Are you serious? Come on, man. I have. I'm being nice to you here, but come on, can you not see it? Yeah, I just needed a hobby back in the day, and I was playing fantasy football, but it wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't productive. I was enjoying it, but it felt like it wasn't a a productive use of my time. So I thought, well, I'm going to turn this hobby into something productive. So I started a podcast with a good mate of mine, Sam, who is an entrepreneur in his own right. He's got a couple of fitness businesses and stuff. So I started it in the first instance with him, and then he just got busy with his gym stuff, and could only commit to doing the podcast once a week. So we kept the podcast going. And then I realized we weren't making content about FPL. We were making content about like other fantasy football games, which have a smaller player base. And I was like, well, if I'm really going to make something of this YouTube channel, I have to make content about FPL. It's just the reality of it. I was like, okay, well, we're going to have to make some FPL content. So I started making FPL content. And then I'll be totally upfront, I was in a relationship with a girl who took a job in New Zealand for a year. So I was like, wow, I'm not going to have any time with my girlfriend over this time. So that's going to free up quite a bit of my spare time. And I need something to fill my time. So I just spent any of the free time I had either in the gym, in the swimming pool, or making YouTube videos for like 2 years. Even when she came back, I was quite busy with YouTube stuff as well, to be fair. So yeah, I just went full attack on that. And then I've been, just killing it not killing it, it's the wrong word, but just smashing out the content is what I'm trying to say ever since. And I just feel I get a real sense of purpose from creating content, really. I don't know if it's like a kind of a masculine feeling or whatever, but I feel some of my like most fulfilled times are where I'm doing a live stream like this or making content in my spare time. I just think it's great to have a side hustle alongside a full-time job. So that's a little background to why I started content creation. And I just think in general, the way the world works now with the internet, etc. And also, I think I've spoken well already about the job that I do, right, full time. I absolutely love my job. I'm very grateful for it, and all of that. But I don't see myself doing it forever. Like, I'm very happy to do the job I'm doing currently, and what I'm very careful to do is not to do YouTube work during work time, if that makes sense, because I respect the employment or whatever. But at some point I want to be my own boss, and I just think there's so much. I'm not necessarily greedy for money in terms of I want to get rich. I want enough money where I can be free and make my own decisions, basically. And I'm going to try and use these YouTube channels as a method of doing that, basically. And I just absolutely love making the content as well. Interacting with you guys on a chat every Saturday, Sunday morning it's fabulous. Like, we're all like-minded people. Feels like I'm just in the pub chatting to my mates. I know I see you as text on the screen, but I know there's all like real people typing those messages. So yeah, I'll stop monologuing now, but that's kind of a story about my YouTube journey. And yeah, if anyone's interested in starting their own YouTube channel, I'm going to plug something now, if you don't mind. I have started a second channel, which I'm hoping to maybe turn into some kind of business. I don't know what's going to happen with it. I'm just enjoying making the videos at the moment. But I've created a second channel, which is all about teaching people how to build YouTube channels, basically. Because I think personal brand and stuff on social media is so important. So here you go. Oh, no, that's wrong. So I've started a second channel. There's a link to it there. I'll pin it as well if you want to check that out. What's your bro? How are you? I'm not, no offense, but how are you asking me what my X handle is? What's going on for you not to get that? How can you not see that? Sorry, man. How is that? How can you not see that? That's why I was laughing at you earlier. I was like, what? It's massive, and it's like on screen the whole time. No offense, bro. No offense, but that's why I wasn't giving it to you. Because I was like, how are you trolling me? Right, anyway, I think I'm going to end things there, unless anyone wants to ask me anything else, because I need to get some lunch in and then go home and see my family. And I also think, you know, being completely open and honest, I've been a bit late to the trend of starting a fantasy football channel. I feel like if I did things a couple years earlier, the growth would have been like a bit bigger and a bit faster, if that makes sense. So I think if I do start something else, I'd want to, exactly as John says, I want to be the first shovel seller in the gold rush kind of thing. So yeah, we'll just see if that opportunity comes along. But to be honest, I don't ever see myself stopping making like FPL content. I mean, the game's going to go on forever, right? I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. The Premier League is just it's going to be going forever. Things might change a little bit, but I don't see fantasy football going away. And I'm always going to play the game. So why not? I don't see ever stopping this channel, you know? The only thing I was thinking of, you know, it's called Golden Goal Fantasy Football, which I love. But it's whether I wanted to make it a little bit more personal, you know? That's not like a person's name, if that makes sense. That's the only thing I'm thinking of. Do we do a rebrand from Golden Goal Fantasy Football to something a little bit more personal? I don't know. Tom Talks FPL, something like that. I don't know. Maybe that could be something in the future. We're just spitballing now. These are some of the things I think about anyway. Tom plays FPL. Yeah, it could do something like that. But then I guess Golden Goal Fantasy Football, like if I were to, because I made content about the Euros. I'll do Champions League Fantasy Football next year, almost undoubtedly. We could have Tom Plays Fantasy Football, couldn't we? Maybe we could do that. Tom Plays Fantasy Football. That could be something. Yeah, we'll think about that. We might have a rebrand in the summer. But yeah, Golden Goal is just it is pretty trademarked, isn't it? And you don't necessarily need to have your face attached to a channel. You think of the big dogs like Raptor and Let's Talk FPL. I mean, you wouldn't know they're called Ross and Andy, really, would you? Promised Land Gaming, that sort of makes sense. I agree. I just think if you haven't used your bench boost in that time, though, you need to think about when you're going to do that. Cheers, Mohit. I appreciate that. It's really saturated market, Lucas. The only way you can, to be honest, really make a name for yourself in like a saturated market is just by outworking your competition, mate. And really, your competition isn't necessarily the big people. It's new people that start up and, you know, start from zero at the same time as you. And you've just got to outwork them or outlast them. I said that in one of my videos, but I can count on, well, there's countless numbers of people that have started FPL channels since I've started. And I've seen them give up because it's just so hard to build a channel. And you really just have to outlast people. Just be determined and dogged, really, and just keep making content. I don't think there's anything they can do, Mohit. I mean, they're trying with the assistant manager chip and the FPL challenge and stuff, but I think there's always going to be people that give up on their FPL after a few weeks of the season. There just always is. There's no way you're going to stop it. Thank you, everyone, saying FPL therapy was good. I had a little bit of critique on it that I didn't really talk that much. I'm not the best at podcasts anyway, because I don't really do many, but I struggle to say much more than I did, because like when someone, I don't know, I'm a man of a few words when it comes to like making points. So people were asking me like, what do you think of Lewis Hall as an option? Yeah, he's good. What more can you say than that? I don't know. Like, yeah, at the time, Newcastle were pretty good defensively. He was getting forward quite a lot. He was good for his price point. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, it's already happening, Lucas. It's already happening, mate. That's no offense. I don't want to say no offense, but I'm not trying to sound greedy. But with this second channel that I'm looking to build, the idea is not necessarily making money off the videos, but it's about selling something that can help people. But what I don't want to do is just flog something that's really cheap and crap and doesn't give people value. I do talk a lot on here, to be fair. It's probably a bit counterintuitive, isn't it? But I actually want to like help people. So I want people to charge people money, but to actually deliver them value, if that makes sense, rather than just flog a cheap crap training course that doesn't have anything in it, kind of thing. Although I probably will end up making a training course that I sell. Are you worried that Bournemouth assets might become non-performing? We only need them in our team for one more week anyway, I think. And you can get rid of them for Palace assets. The game is the game, exactly. And ultimately, you know, people get a little bit, can get a bit toxic when you try and monetize anything that comes with FPL. But ultimately, if people, it's just how business works in real life, right? But if people are willing to spend money on something, then that determines the value that it has, right? Like the demand sets the value kind of thing, right? That's just how it works. So you could get criticized for selling something, but if people are buying it, then it shows that some people deem it as valuable, right? So anyway, we'll stop monologuing now. I'm sort of running out of things to talk about. Yes, you are, John. I'm literally about to finish, mate. Cheers, Lucas. I appreciate that. Mohit, this kind of chaos happens every season in FPL, mate. Every season, this kind of stuff happens. Right, I've got to go and make some lunch now, if that's all right, guys. I will. Yeah, I'll have a video out this evening. And yeah, I'll probably go live while I'm in Florence as well. It's quite nice to do a little traveling live stream. So I'll do that. Look forward maybe next weekend to a couple of live streams from from central Florence. I'll probably try and go live. I'll try and go live around the Duomo, the cathedral there, and then there's a really nice park called Michelangelo. There's a park named after Michelangelo, basically. So I might do a live stream from there as well if anyone was interested. So yeah, I hope everyone has a good rest of their day. The games go well for them, and yeah, have a good international break.